My people, never fear, the magic is here. Welcome to the latest episode of the Magic Circle podcast. I just wanted a quick word before the episode begins. It's Mental Health Awareness Week, and I think it's important that we have this week first and foremost. I hope everyone's taking care of themselves during such unprecedented times. That's why I'm providing content such as this to get you through the day. Whoever's watching, I appreciate you so much. I do appreciate you, and I'm ultimately doing this just for people to take an hour out, half an hour, just to look at some content, watch something, and make time go by. I mean, hopefully people are staying grounded, if possible. People are staying in the present, We're all going through this, High School Musical. You get what I'm saying? You're not alone in whatever's going on. There's always people to reach out to. There's always people to kind of talk to. And if you don't, there's always services that are more than happy to talk to you. You don't have to go through any situation, any issues by yourself. That's the good thing about connectivity and the world. In such a fickle world, there are some good things. And that's the good thing. And try find the best in even the darkest situations. I think that's a good piece of advice that I can give myself. Even if everything kind of seems doom and gloom, if you're at the very bottom, you can't get any lower than that. The only way is up, to be honest. And there's always going to be brighter days. There's light at the end of the tunnel. If you can't see the light, you're not at the end of the tunnel. So keep pushing on. Keep working, keep grinding, keep hustling, keep doing your thing. Things will get better. The situation we're all in, and any bad situation you're in, will not last forever. Nothing lasts forever. And that's especially true of negative situations. Things will always get better. So, I hope people are practicing some meditation, going on exercises, just like a small walk. Don't feel pressure to walk millions of kilometers or miles, whatever man are doing, just do your own thing. Plug in some Joy Magic. Plug in like a podcast or whatever. And just enjoy like taking the small little things, birds chirping and that, the sun, the environment. I know I'm sounding mad hippie right now, but just cherish the small things and be grateful. Gratitude is a very good way to get your mental health in a much better shape. The more grateful you are for even the small things will make you just very appreciative of life in general. And you'll realize that, there's more to life than the materialistic things. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I love you all. I love the world. Peace. Enjoy the blood clot episode.
Break through, sing, you are new, you change. Break through, you changed.
Joined today with my boy CKBreeze. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so CKBreeze, thank you for having me. Yeah, man, what am I like? I do things, innit?
Yeah, literally.
But
yeah,
like I guess production, like I'm an artist. Yeah, just creative person. Yeah, man, and I'm looking forward. Like, it's a pleasure to be here, like catch up with you and actually like talk about things. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Like, it's actually been a while. Like, when did we last see each other in real life? Like, a few years back.
Yeah, probably been like what 2-3 years. Like,
yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Like second year uni when you came to do your spoken word performance thingy, wasn't it?
Oh yes. Wow, that was
that was time.
That was time ago. Yeah, it was then, I think.
2016, 2017.
Yeah. Actually, wait, I think. Oh, yeah. Actually, no, it was that time because I was gonna say I remember I came and I stayed with you, man. I swear. It was like when you were like with, like Siad and
Or
like
the other
Vic.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're like playing flipping like FIFA. But I think it was that time. Like I think I stayed over after the performance in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nah, you did. Was it?
Yeah.
I can't remember whether it was for the ACS or something else. Because there's a time
Yeah, it was the
when
ACS. It was the ACS.
I think AK was playing guitar and you were. Fam, you've done so many performances. I just
that was another time. But that was good though. That was good.
yeah.
Man.
But yeah, man. Well, obviously, some people don't know. I guess you started off doing spoken word.
Yeah. So I started off been doing spoken word since I was like 14. And I was really just trying to, I guess, that was my first foray, if you go into, I guess, anything creative. And I started off that in church. And then it just became something that I just ended up pursuing for a bit. I was meeting other poets, going to open mics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And ended up going to workshops, and then like when I was in Bristol, just ended up like connecting with loads of poets and did one like BBC thing, and that was good. And that's where I met like George the Poet and Kate Tempest and people like that. And then and like just other creatives, poets, quite a few rappers, I guess, as well, and even like singers, like just through that, because once poetry is, I think it feeds into so many different things. Like some people use it as a start to even go to comedy. Some people use it as a start to write scripts or write songs. You know, like it's just diverse in that sense.
So how did you kind of take it from like something you started at like church to like, oh, you know, I'm actually ready to step in front of Mandem and all that and actually like spray my bars to people, and actually do it in front of people?
You know what it was? Actually, so I was doing the church for a while, and then like my god sister, she passed, like, and the circumstances of her death were quite, I mean, when anyone passes, obviously it's sad, but it was quite tragic, and it really like hit me. And like when I went to a funeral, I saw someone perform a poem, and obviously because I'd been performing spoken word and stuff, and that poem like really touched me. So then I decided to take it out there and like tell her story, because I thought there was something to be learned from, like the way in which, I mean, like the circumstances, because she was a victim of like violence and stuff.
Oh, okay. So you just wanted to kind of portray her story, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of took that, and I started like performing at church. But when I performed at church at that time, I feel like they wanted me to change it a bit, as in like the poem, like, because I was expressing, I guess, how I felt, but they wanted to bring it back and frame it in a certain way, so it was a bit more palatable. And I think at the time it did like hurt me a bit. I did it, but then it hurt me. It's like I felt like I was, I guess, being not controlled, but like
restricted in like what you can say.
Yeah. So then that encouraged me to kind of go a bit out of that arena and do it just in an open mic and see how people
perceive it. Yeah, that's good, man. I mean, I was talking to, obviously, I don't know if you've seen, I did an episode of John. And I said to him towards the end, like, how do you find it remembering your lines or bars or whatever for your performances? Like, do you find it quite simple, or is it like, oh my gosh, like, yo, I think I'm about to forget?
For me, like in terms of memorizing bars, like I think it's easy for me, but I think that's because I've always, like, in terms of even school, like you don't know, I'm dyslexic, like so, but I hear stuff through like I remember stuff like auditory flashes, like, so music, song lyrics, like I'm the type of person that if I heard the album enough times, I could rap you like the whole thing, or like sing the whole thing, like lyric for lyric, and ad-libs and sound effects. Like
everything.
I hear it in that way. So for like when I write something, generally speaking, the turnaround isn't that long. But I know like some people, like that's not really the thing. Like memorizing my lyrics isn't the thing, but being in front of people is a big deal. Like still to me, like it's
really
very daunting. Like,
is it still tough? Like, what do you find that's tough about it? Like new faces or?
Yeah, is it new faces? I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like it's familiar faces that's the issue. New faces, especially if you're not going to see them again, to some extent you'll be like, oh, well, you pretend it never happened. But like, even if we're going to talk about that poetry thing, like the last time we saw each other, I was annoyed at that performance because I know the sound engineer like messed me up, and like he the drop of the, like he missed the drop. Well, he made me miss the drop because he skipped. He faded me in, like, and I knew like when, and stuff like that was violent to me. So, but just being in a performance space, and obviously like people judging you, or feeling like being, I think it's just daunting sometimes. Like, with familiar faces, when you know people, it's like if they don't know what you're capable of, or they do know what you're capable of, it's either you let them down or you disappoint them.
I guess that's the issue, because they know what you can do, so it's like, oh, I have to live up to that standard that they already know I'm capable of.
Exactly. So that's what it's, the pressure of that. But
man. Aside from that, obviously started off. So obviously this is before I met you. Started off with your spoken word. Then we met at uni. You still did spoken word, and then you. I don't know. It's kind of like a smooth transition into producing. But what actually clicked in your mind that, you know what, I actually want to start music production now?
So so I guess I was doing the spoken word thing for a while, and it was actually gaining traction, and I was doing well, like doing it, and I guess something clicked. Like people were saying, oh, like you need something out there, and I know obviously Georgia Poe at the time was like at the forefront of this, and he was releasing like EPs of him, like either over like a piano or like a guitar riff and stuff like that, but he's just doing the poem like throughout, but trying to make it as musical as it could be. And I was and then I think I got onto like Koji at that time, and I think it was his Dear Daisy EP, and it like blew my mind because it was nothing like that I'd ever heard before.
It's mad unheard of,
outside of Def Jam poetry, because that was actually another thing that got me into it, I guess. Like seeing Kanye perform, like even the early version of All Falls Down and stuff like that. He was just doing the verse and stuff, and it touched me.
I've seen that. It's quite wavy.
Very
wavy.
I can't even pronounce nothing. Pass that for Stacey.
Trust me. So watching all those videos, but back to the thing, like because I'd been doing it for a while, and I saw the likes of Georgia Poe and whoever like doing it in Koji. I was like, oh, so this seemed like the way to get out, because I know people at a show, they can listen to you perform a poem, I guess a cappella, because that's what it is, but at home, I was just on Spotify, and because podcasts weren't big at that time like that. Now it's like people actually want that content. But then it's like the whole idea that you're just going to listen to, I guess, a conversation like without music, or like listen to the words, like was, if it's not like singing, then it was weird in that sense.
Definitely.
So I was like, okay, I guess production is the next step. I was working with someone, another poet I knew, and he's also sick poet, sick producer, and he's actually someone who's mad because like he doesn't even write, like as
really
in, like he doesn't write.
It's off the
But
dome, like it's just in here.
Not like he just does it on the Jay-Z thing, like.
Oh right, yeah, it's all in his head, yeah.
Yeah. So when he was doing that, it was mad. But yeah, so just being in the studio with him and then seeing how he was telling me about production, and he was helping me, and he was helping produce this EP. I was like, because I decided, obviously, I wanted to follow in, I guess, their footsteps. I thought, I want to have some sort of, gain some sort of traction, like beyond what I was doing, like locally.
Yeah.
And I guess he started getting busy, and then like a lot of things were going on in his life, in particular, like deep things, which obviously was understandable. So I was like, let me take a step back and stuff like that. And yeah, when I realized that I couldn't really, I guess, rely on him in that way, I was like, well, I wanna do it. And I tried to reach out to other different as well, and I was always like, I want it to sound like this, and they just didn't get
the sound that you wanted.
Yeah. Like they were saying something. I remember one time I must have sent some like Robert Glasper song, and some don sent me some grime beat, like. I couldn't make this up. And on top of that, at the time, uni and how you set up, like, for £50 was a lot of money. Then.
Yeah.
You're saying that, I was like, I don't even like the beat, and you want me to pay?
Don't look at me like I owe you anything.
That's a bit. £50. That's like 2-3 weeks shopping, bro.
Plus 2.
Like, huh?
I was like, nah, man. I thought at that time I thought that was daylight robbery. I was thinking, yo, I don't even like it like that, and I still you want me to pay for it? Like,
yeah.
So,
impossible.
That's what inspired me really, and I just I was listening to a lot of Kanye, and I literally took his whole mantra of lock yourself in a room, do 5 beats a day for 3 summers, and I tried to do that, like literally. But yeah, man, that's how I got to that stage.
Yeah, that's quite cool, and it's kind of like sick to see like how you were when you first started producing and like getting to learn, and then like almost a year, or not even a year, like maybe 9-10 months in, I just remember asking for beats because I even thought, oh, it's at that level, and just now it's just at like a very good level. So like, what's next for you as an artist then?
As an artist, yeah, safe, man. What's the next for me as an artist? I think I'm working on a project. I'm trying to say without saying too much, but it's like, I think people are gonna be surprised. I think people are gonna be surprised, apart from people that have, I guess, seen me like perform and stuff like that. Like recently, but
are you mixing it yourself?
I'm planning to, like I have an engineer that I've been working with as well. But yeah, I think I'm gonna mix myself. I know we've got a lot on this plate at the moment as well, and I'm really trying to, I guess, add that to what I do. So engineering is gonna be the next thing, and mastering and stuff. So yeah. But how can I've been listening to just like a lot of things, but I always listen to D'Angelo, Minister of Jeff Buckley, Radiohead.
By the way, to people who are watching, your music catalog of like things is so mad. Like, I remember coming home from uni after he showed me "Engine You" by Tom York. Yeah. Didn't even know Tom York was something apart from Radiohead.
Yeah.
And I was playing it, and then my brother was like, "What? How do you know Tom York?" I was like, "One of my boys showed me." Then when I showed him what you look like, he was like, "How does he know about Tom York?" They're like, "This nigga looks like he just knows grime and rap. This nigga should be sharing some T.I., not Tom York." Like the fuck?
Man, hey, shout out T.I. as well, man.
Yeah. It's real rap. But like, honestly, you're. I thought I listened to a lot of music, but I actually don't touch you. Like you just said, Robert Glasper. The first time I heard Robert Glasper was 2 years ago. I don't know, Afro Blue with Erica Badu.
Yeah,
Big tune.
Yeah, big tune, man. Oh, you as well, man. Like I know, like that's when we were like in accommodation and stuff. We were talking about like Cudi and MF Doom and stuff like that. And it was nice because like, I felt like I had to keep so much of my actual music tastes to myself for a long time because people would only listen to this or that, and I didn't want to be like. Obviously, back in there, it was actually weird. Like it's cool. It's cool to be a bit weird now, innit? But then couldn't be talking about. So like sometimes I wanna listen to Haim.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like when people listen to Tame Impala now and all that stuff, but yeah, it was different. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
But trying to keep it diverse.
But I mean, yeah, I guess that's even another topic of conversation. Like musically speaking, and like the whole music sphere, it's cool to be weird now.
Yeah.
So do you reckon people are like capitalizing on that though?
Oh, for sure. Because I think anyone wants to do what is actually seen as cool, what's gonna gain them more traction. And I think because there's so much music out right now anyway, people want to be a bit more edgy because everyone has the potential to sound the same because there's so much music out there now. And it's harder to gain attention.
So what do you reckon? So what do you reckon is the issue with the UK's music scene, especially because we're talking about all this edginess and all this maybe avant-garde like artists and stuff, but they're not breaking through really.
Yeah, they're not. You're right.
Afro swing and drill is kind of still the forefront of UK music. So what do you think the issue is?
Well, I think the issue is I feel it's always a technical one talking about scene here, but I feel like we're not really that open-minded, and we wait for this US validation for our own artists before we fully rate them. Like I'm not sure if you've been seeing the TL and like people say, oh, like how come we don't rate our artists till they blow? And obviously to some extent that's not true because for them to gain any sort of traction, like someone in the UK must be supporting them, like because they don't just come out of nowhere. But the issue is I feel like we support them at a certain level, we keep them, it's like, oh, they're just like a little bit above us sort of thing, but we don't want them to get too big. We'll say, oh, you're acting brand new or
yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I mean there's so many examples like in LMA, everyone was like keeping her as like, oh wow, she's so underrated, and then she went to America, she blew up, and people won't be mad at her that she's not really as forthcoming to come back here when to get like
there's no real
hit. Yeah, the support was there, but it's like now, oh, you see you Mustard, you see you Chris Brown and doing something with John Legend and stuff, so now we're great. So and that's what I mean, or like a Sanford, like his big break, he was been here for time, like but his big break really, I would say, obviously the Drake Too Much thing, and then Don't Touch My Hair with Solange.
But people don't even, I think I can count on, no, not even count on one hand. There's multiple people I know that don't even know that Sampha is English.
Bam, for real, honestly.
That's the issue.
It's nuts. It's actually nuts. Like they actually do not know, and that's the shame. Because he's so talented and like producer and obviously vocalist and everything, and James Blake as well. It's like the same thing. Like the pattern.
James Blake is so good, man.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's like we rate him because they rate him. I guess that's what I'm trying to say with all those examples. Like we wait. We have to wait for them to be like, yeah, he's sick or she's sick. Before we're like, he's actually, because we know it, but we keep on that, oh, they're underrated, but we won't say like they're sick, they deserve to be here. Like we don't take them to that level, I don't think. Because yeah, I mean, I talk about Koji a lot because I really rate him. I feel like he's been at a kind of level. He's like, I feel like he's, and obviously he's doing very well, but I feel like he could be bigger personally. And it depends on, I guess, who's gonna really, I don't want to say prop him up, but like give him the shine. He deserves like a little Sims like for time. Like we're saying, like a lot of people, even my little brother, for example, he clocked her through Top Boy. Like
that's the first time he
yes, that he even
really?
knew. Yeah, and a lot of them like, oh rah, like because she must have dropped one extra performance, I think, with Leanne Lahavas, like a couple days after the finale of Top Boy.
Okay.
And it's like, oh rah, like because obviously he preaches all the live lounges. Like, hey, it's like rah, like Shelly from Top Boy is like rapping. I was thinking, this is nuts.
Bruh, this is Lil Sims. Don't disrespect.
But that's the thing. That's the way you have to look at it, because if he's looking at that, then obviously other people, and he's into his music as well. Like, but I think again, like it depends on where you're getting it from, like the avenues that you're getting it from.
But like, I feel, I don't know. Maybe you could say America is obviously, geographically speaking, a much bigger place. So you're bound to have more diverse genres. But you know, in America, in one specific region, you don't just have one genre that dictates pace. Like if you go ATL, T.I. sounds different to Playboy Carti. You know what I'm saying? In New York, you can have Tekashi 69, who sounds so much different to Joey Badass, who sounds different to Rock Marciano, all those guys. But more time, if you go to somewhere like Birmingham, London, Manchester, I mean, I'm generalizing here, but more time it's drill, rap, or Afro swing, and it's generally the same sound that's being upheld. So how do you reckon we can fix that so that other kind of subgenres can just come through and just be appreciated as well?
I guess the first step, it seems like, is supporting each other. Particularly those who are making, like you said, like that avant-garde, like kind of edgy stuff.
Some new stuff, yeah.
So that's essential. And then I guess beyond that, we really just have to, I don't know. I've got two different opinions on this. It's either we have to build here up as much as possible, but we also have to recognize that we need to go where we're valued. I feel like, not to say that everyone has to just leave the UK, because it's not that, but we just have to really know that we've tried. Like if we've tried like to integrate, to push stuff, and it's difficult when you're not compromising, I guess, your sound and stuff like that. As you said, like the Afro swings and the drills, like they're there, but it does feel very monolithic at times. Like there's only like one sort of sound that's there, and I mean that's at the forefront, because we all know, like, you make different music to like a lot of people I know, or like particularly if we're talking about the whole flipping GRM kind of link up. Was pushed there, like it's not, your music wouldn't necessarily line up with that aesthetic, because it's not intending to. So, and that's the thing, like we need to find a way, I guess, to almost make our own platform, or go to platforms that appreciate stuff that is different.
And they are there, to be fair. Like the ones that I can think of off the top of my head, so I'll just shout them out. Loud House is a good platform.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Keep Hush, I've seen a few people there.
Yeah.
But it's just people aren't willing. Once again, let me not try. Some people aren't willing to accept new sounds.
Yeah.
Because people are just thinking, nah, you're trying too hard to be different. But it's just like, nah, this is just the sound I'm pushing.
Yeah, it's true, man. I think people need to, and again, I think this comes back to what I was saying earlier in terms of how the scene is just oversaturated anyway. Not even just the scene here, but I mean like music in general. I think a lot of people lack the patience to sit with music anyway. And I always give this example with like Wildfly, because obviously coming off of Good Kid, Mad City, and I thought the album was like amazing. And I feel like that was a lot easier to process. But when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, the first listen, I remember being quite baffed. Like I didn't know what to think, because it was not what I was expecting at all. but I couldn't confirm whether I didn't like it or I liked it. But then I listened to it again, and I was in a bad headspace, and I was just processing like, wow. And with every listen, I was just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But to have that patience to even sit with something that is not what you expect or not typical, and to not rule it out is a lot. I think that's also a level of it's a patience. So
people just generally don't have the interest enough in music to be willing to take it in multiple times. I think I remember Jay-Z saying in an interview, "Don't judge my album until you've heard it for at least a month."
Yeah.
And I think that really resonates. Like, people hear something, it bangs, to be like, yeah, this is sick. But it's like, what's sick about it? Like, what's actually good about it?
Yeah, I think that when a lot of people say something is sick nowadays, like, obviously not everyone, but yeah, some people, like, I think it's not sick necessarily, it's familiar. Like, when you become accustomed to a certain sound, of course you're gonna like it because this is what you're expecting to hear. If it's what you're expecting to hear every time, then it's gonna be good. Because I feel, a lot of because I'm not, but a lot of, I guess, what you're interested in musically and stuff, sometimes it's a reflection of, actually, let's make privilege. It's a reflection of what you're going through, like, or the space you're in life. So if you're stressed a lot and you look at music as like a safe haven, sometimes you want, if you're in a, let's say, if life is giving you stresses or whatever, some people will try and look to music that's going to get them through that or help them through that. Some people just look to music that's, again, familiar, so that they feel comfortable, and that's their space of, okay, I can listen to this and I'm going to feel okay, because it's what I know. They don't really want to have the processing power, I guess, to deep something that is not really familiar to them again. So
yeah, man, I mean, it's just kind of a conversation where you just hope people can, like, take something and, like, just be a bit more accepting. But I guess moving on, I'd like your opinion on who your top 5 UK and US producers are at the moment. We'll start off with producers and move on to rappers next.
So yes, top 5 UK and US.
Yeah.
Calm. So UK, I'll start with, because it's a bit difficult.
They don't have to be commercial, by the way. It could even be underground.
Oh, sick. Okay, calm. Right, for me, I think Coleman's is sick. He produced most recent track he produced is what's it called? Fall on Me. It's on Governor B's new album. It's got Wretch 3-2 on it.
Okay.
It's good.
I've not heard that. Look at that.
Yeah, check him still. Skeptor. I'm gonna say Skeptor.
Yes, sir. You can say that again.
Yeah, because sick. Very underrated as a producer. J5.
Obviously.
Yeah. Who else? IO. Producer. There's someone up and the guy, I can't remember his name, but the person who produced. And I want to say / actually. /
Yeah. Is he?
He's from the UK. Bro, he's from Ends.
Sit down.
Yes.
What? I kind of know him because obviously he has links with Last Night in Paris. I don't know if you've.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, I met the man actually.
Yeah, and they're hard, and, like, he's always collabing with them, man. But for some reason, I was thought, nah, this brother's in the US.
Fam, he's from, like, yeah, fam.
He's cold. He's local. He's cold.
Nah, he's too cold. Yeah, but he's probably actually one of my favorites, because when I discovered, because I think he pretty much executive produced Free Black, the album.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, obviously when I got introduced to him, like, Black,
For all y'all niggas that don't know, it's 6 lakh. He's talking about 6 lakh.
Yes, 6 lakh.
6
Yeah,
lakh.
I'm just trying to be proper in it.
Yeah,
6 lakh, whatever.
but yeah, Black's album, yeah.
Yeah, so when I took that in, like with any album, like if it's a sound I guess I like, obviously I'm always looking at credits or trying to find credits and find it. I've heard this name / so when I'm obsessed with like a new sound, I try and find out literally everything about them.
Yeah.
And I found out what this guy, and I actually met him as well.
Swear down, where you see him?
What?
This is so mad to me.
This is so mad. So Gold Link on one time he posted on Insta. I'm local. I'm in Hackney right now. I'm in Shoreditch. Like, come through. Shout me if you want to come and play football. I was like, this is nuts. And I was happy to be local, so I replied to him. I was like, yo, send me. Like, I'm there, innit?
Yeah, like, yo.
Yeah, pulled up when Gold Link was there, so that's what I meant. Gold Link, and Gold Link was working with / at the time. / was there. We ended up playing football together. So I was on his team and stuff. Yeah, he's blessed, man.
Man said you kick ball with Gold Link. Oh, this is such the most casual flex. That is so mad.
It's mad. It's actually mad. It's actually mad.
Not many people can say that.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. But yeah, so that was a mad time. But he's a blessed person. But yeah, man, I just had like a lot of respect for him. And when I found out, obviously, like he produced that album, I said I researched, and when I found out it was from London, that was inspiring for me because I was like, I think coming back to what we're saying, kind of the ceiling, I guess, like feeling here, and you're doing stuff that's different, and people aren't taking it in. And I don't know how he decided to go to America and work and break himself there, but that was obviously a step that he had to make, and that worked out. Like, I think, what's his name? Some guy, it's like Scribs Riley, I think his name is as well. And he's another like sick producer. He's produced for like Khalid and Her and stuff like that. And he's an artist as well.
He raps as well, doesn't he? I think I saw an advert on YouTube, on Instagram.
Yeah, he raps. I think he dropped something like the other day. But yeah, like it was the same thing. It's like I was thinking, how did you get to working with Her? Like, you're from like London.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but it's, yeah, man, I feel part of it is, I guess, taking a risk, but yeah, it's not. I said 5, yeah. So it was J5, Skepta, Comans, / and I think I producer.
What's IO produced?
I can't even remember. But I've mainly seen his like. I don't think he produced No Denying. That's someone else. I wanted to say their name. I can't remember their name, but I just know. I think it's like TS or something like that. But yeah, he's sick. Whoever produced No Denying is very sick.
Okay.
But yeah, I know him that I because I produce because comes on the tier. Oh, I should have said Wonderful actually.
I've heard of him. I think I saw. I don't know him like from my own personal search, but I think I've just, somebody puts them up on their Insta story. Yeah. Shout out people that put music on their Insta stories.
Yeah,
man.
No, for real. I'll be checking. I do it all the time. Like.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, I really be checking.
Is he from London as well?
He's from Birmingham.
Okay. Yeah. Still England though, I guess.
Yeah. Him and Kayla Maestro is very sick as well. There's bare producers. Like, even I could have just named all the mandem, to be honest. But,
yeah. Literally.
It's actually like that. But yeah, so those are UK ones and US ones. What is this now? All time, like.
All right, let's start with now. Then we'll do all time. So your top 5 now.
Now, top 5 now. I'll say London on the track. Load of beats. DJ Dahi, that's my favorite. To be fair, I think he's the gorgeous. That's
Kendrick's. Is that his in-house producer?
Yeah. He's kind of I'll say kind of in-house, but he made like Worst Behavior, for example. Hell of a Night, Schoolboy Q, Money Trees.
Boy, that is a hell of a CV. Man said Money Trees.
His CV is ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Kenny Beats.
Yes.
Oh shit! I just remember someone for UK producers. I should have said Quest, bro. Quest Archives. But yeah, that's 4, and then who was the 5th one? I don't know, man.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's someone I don't want to say South. Could be like South. Let's just say Southside.
Ooh, over Metro.
Ooh, oh yeah, Metro was, Metro definitely gets top 5, man, because his catalog is mad.
I wanna put in a name in here, which I don't know, you might or might not agree with, but what about Pierre Bourne?
Me, my mama was right. What she said, watch some niggas in your life. Yeah. Cause your friends ain't living right. Yeah. My mama was right.
Pierre Bourne. You know what? Actually, yeah, to be fair, I have to give it to him because like him and Carti, like them together.
Super Saiyan. It's
actually nuts.
crazy.
And they have so many clones like in the game.
Oh my days. They've
So many clones. Like,
so many sons.
So I have to give it to them. I have to give it to both of them because for me, obviously I know people like they've been doing stuff, but I think I was later, I guess, on a party with like in taking them in properly. But obviously like heard Magnolia and then listened to Violet and stuff, and it's just like, yo, this is crazy.
Been kind of has his own. He has his own signature like sound to the extent that the amount of Pierre Bourne type beats that you come across on YouTube is crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
So what about all time top 5?
All time top 5. But I have to say, Neptunes, Timbaland, Darkchild, and these I'm gonna say the Madlib,
Thought as much.
And
there's one specific name I'm waiting for.
And Dilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, man. Let's talk about Dilla, man. Dilla.
Oh my days, Dilla.
Like, what would you say? What's the first Dilla track that you heard that you're like, this is crazy?
So like, this is how I came across Dilla. Yeah, my brother obviously knew about Dilla for a time, and then we went to Zim one time. And the thing about Zim is that like electricity goes out all the time in Zim. It's peak. So obviously, he had a Dilla documentary on his laptop that we're watching. So we're busy watching this guy producing. I'm like, oh, this is sick, man. And then obviously, at the end, it gives you like tags of what songs were used.
Yeah.
So I think the very, very first Dilla song I heard was Purple, or the instrument for Purple. The. This guy is insane. Like, this is mad. Then I went quiet on Dilla for a bit. I was like, okay, cool. And then came to uni, and then I heard So Far to Go with Common. So that E equals MC squared album.
Yeah. That's even the beat for E equals MC squared. It's just nuts too.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, man.
And then as soon as I heard So Far to Go, and I found the sample and I found how he chopped it up, I was like, this is the goat.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the goat. What about you?
Yeah, nah, for what was the first Dilla track I'm trying to think that really took in? I think I was listening to like the Far Side stuff. And I heard Drop, and I was like, wow, it was just so different, innit? Then I went through like some village stuff, and Get This Money. The first time I heard that beat, I was like, what? This is just the bounce of the nat. And then I went like back more, like so Far to Go as well. That was like one of the tracks for me that just blew my mind. And then I think Common as well, like doing it, like him chopping up that Rick James sample. there's bare tracks, and then I just went on. I feel like particularly as well with me starting to like rap and stuff. The first thing I did was search like Dilla beats, and I was just like hearing all these. I was just I just wrote to every one I could find, pretty much him and Ninth Wonder, literally. And then I found
that's the thing. Obviously Dilla's my favorite, but Ninth Wonder is so close to being there as well because they're quite similar, to be honest.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah. To be fair, I feel like what they have in common is I feel like they make the samples sing.
Yeah,
and that's something that's always been like fascinating to me. Like they make it like talk to each other. Are you saying the other day when we were talking about how when they're on the MPC, it's like like whatever, like playing with different kind of sounds, and the way they chop samples, it's like even they could take a song from like the part from the intro and like the outro and then the bridge or something and make it seem like it was all one thing, like
all mashed up
like that. That's crazy. That's it's difficult as well, like because you're really sometimes they're even taking a song that's in some different time signature and making it standardized or whatever. Like it's a lot. It's actually a lot.
Yeah, man. It's flipping out. Shout out Dilla, R.I.P. Dilla, and Ninth is still going. Like Ninth is still about.
Knife is still about. Oh yeah, R.I.P. Dilla, man. Knife is still doing his thing. Obviously, Duckworth as well. I saw a video he posted the other day when he was breaking down like the story between them. I was just like, this is just crazy, man.
Yeah, as well. Shout out, as crazy as he is. Shout out,
yeah. I wanted actually put him. I actually wanted to put him in. Like, yeah, it's mad. Like, top 5 is so hard because I feel like I love so many producers. I should have said Quincy Jones, but I feel like he doesn't count in the top 5 because he's just he's the greatest. Like no one would be about if it weren't for Quincy Jones.
Yeah,
but he's actually the greatest. But him aside, like
you know, you just have to put aside God level people to let.
It's true. It's like if someone's saying top 5, I don't know, pop singers, like I don't think people are saying, oh, Michael Jackson, Prince, like you. I feel like that's just a given. Like they're just in their own thing, and everyone else is like competing.
Yeah.
Outside of that, trying to get to that level, but it's a lot. It's a lot, man.
But yeah, man, bro, it's been so good catching up. So good chatting about music, and so good to actually see you as well instead of just voice noting, man.
No,
like
for real.
That's sick, man. Before you go, anything that obviously I know you can't say too much that, but you said you have a project coming up.
Yeah.
Anything you want to tell people about where to find you on socials, what projects you got coming up, all that?
So I have a project coming out. Should have a single dropping within, let's say, within the next 5 weeks. And then my socials at CKBreeze with everything. So just stay tuned in it. But yeah, man, But man, yeah, I've got stuff, man.
Yeah,
I actually got stuff. The stuff with John. That we have a lot of tracks together. Working with a singer called Bina, and we got.
Bina's very good. Do you know about DXVO? Shout out DXVO, by the way.
Yeah, I got tracks with DXVO, like.
Sir, yeah, that's like my doggy. Like we play Call of Duty all the time. Like that's my that's my dog. Yeah.
Yeah, like I got some beats of him, so we've got this. Yeah, I got some stuff like that also should be coming out soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, hold tight, DXVL. He, in fact, we're talking producers. Like he's very popular, and particularly other people that are like that's coming up and stuff. Like he's mad, like he's got his own thing. Like
he definitely he's in his own lane, man. I've been telling him like, bro, yeah.
He's in his own lane, like for sure.
Yeah,
and I rate that. But
definitely, man. But yeah, man. Love for coming on the pod, bro. Nice chatting to you always. Keep safe, keep blessed.
Safe, man.
That's yourself out.
Great.
Yeah, man. Say nothing, bro.
Break through, sing.